Hello, everyone. Hi. Good afternoon or good evening. For those of you that are a little later, I'm in Texas and it's still sunny and beautiful outside. So it's still kind of day for me, but I know some of you are at the later time. Some of you, this is super late. Hi, hope you're having a really good day. It's Thursday. It's like my favorite day of the week. I don't know why. It's just really good. I don't know if you guys are feeling it. March 11th feels like such an important day. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Whew. Just cleansing my space. Hi, hope everyone's doing good. This Thursday, March feels like a beautiful month, exciting month. Today I'm going to interview one of my favorite people in Empressevolution. Not that I don't love everybody that's a part of the Empressevolution team. We're going to interview Candace. Hopefully she'll jump on here in a few minutes. Hi everyone. Candace is, her handle is Shiny Disco Ball, and she is the, she is the assistant for the California region, and she is also the assistant for vice president, which is me. Yes, I have to bleach my hair. Was just a total process, right? Like, I hate hurting my hair that much. And then I apply the color. And what I do is I apply like super rich, vibrant color, and then it washes out every time that I wash my hair. And it fades to like pastel color. But yeah, I bleach my hair like at least every 3 months, and I try to wait as long as possible. Because I don't like to, there you are. There's Candace. Yeah, I don't like hair that often. Yeah, it's totally doable. It's important to find, hi, I'm just talking about my hair.
I know, it's really good. You redid it, so it's like
Yeah,
even more vibrant.
yeah. Oh, there you
I
are.
love it.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's important to find good products that support maintenance and health of your hair.
Yeah,
Yeah, because bleaching it is a huge ordeal, right?
yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, my hair, I'm allergic to hair dye, so like I know, but I think if I find the right one when I need to dye my hair or if I want to, then I'll have to be really like careful with picking it and everything, so we'll see.
Yeah. That's hard. I can't imagine. Okay, so I say this about my hair. I started dyeing my hair, oh my God, like 5 years ago. And I never turned it back. Like, my higher self has beautiful bright colored hair. And when I see my natural hair color, I'm just like, that's not me. That's not me.
I love it.
Yeah, so I just can't have my natural hair color. So it's just a necessity at this point. Yeah. So welcome, Candace. Now we can talk about you.
It's so hard to talk. It's not hard. It's just like I always avoid talking about myself for some reason. So this is going to be interesting, guys.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Candace was the first person to interview me on Instagram Live as Vice President of Empressevolution. So she, we had our first live, and then we talked about all the things in my life, all the things. And I, when it came time to interview Candace, I was like, I'm gonna, this one, I'm gonna interview Candace.
Oh, I'm so happy for that. Yes, it makes sense, right?
Yeah. So now I get to ask you all the questions that you asked me.
And you're like, oh my gosh, what is she asking? I know. I thought about that too. I was like, okay, I'm gonna know. But I'm just gonna wing it. It's gonna flow through as it is, and like that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, like mark the time. For me, it's 6:05. The next time we look at the clock, it's gonna be like 7:05. Like it's gonna be great.
I know, seriously. Oh my goodness.
Yes. So what drew you to, or the calling to be a part of Empressevolution?
Ooh. Well, I found Amelia somehow. Amelia came into view somehow, and earlier last year, and then she was talking about Empressevolution, and she was like, I had to put it on the back burner, and she was describing what it was. I was like, oh, that sounds so amazing. All the women coming together, you know, spiritually awakened women, like-minded, positive, you know, that come together for having girlfriends. And all over the world, she was doing this. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like, you know, her ambition, I loved it. So I was in, followed right away, and just waited until she was, you know, because she was on her mission, and then she came back to it. So, and then I was so honored that she approached me, and she was like, oh my God, I really love your energy. I would love you to be involved. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so honored. Of course. Because when I was 18 years old, I moved, or like 19 or something, I moved like an hour away from everybody I knew, all my family, everything. I just wanted to I love the area where I wanted to move into. And so I was like, I'll start new. I didn't know anybody. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this will be a fun adventure, right? And then I realized my friend circle, you know, they don't want to come visit, not want to, but you know, it's hard for them to come an hour away, to come see me, vice versa. And I got really lonely. And so I used to binge watch Friends, because I felt like they're my friends, and like at least I have people in my house too, or something. So I became really like needed that interaction of girlfriends, right? So I started, do you know Meetup? The meetup.com is like an old thing. This was like that, yeah, it was an organization where you like make a group and like have people come whenever you like. So I made a group of women seeking like girlfriends. Yeah. And so we'll get together, meet up, and go like wine tasting or like do activities in hopes to bring women together to create an adult relationship, friendship, like a really true friendship. So Empressevolution reminded me of that. Yeah. And I just loved it so much. And you know what? Those people that I connected, or in that group that I made, it was called the Coconuts. Some of those people are still friends, best friends to this day. And this was probably like maybe 10 years ago or so. And they go traveling together, and I see it, and I'm just like, I'm so blessed to have been able to be associated with that, you know? So I love how Empressevolution has that same idea, because it's hard to find good quality friends in general. Yeah. And then as an adult, you know, yeah. So I really love it. I really, yeah. So I was in love right away when I heard it.
I love that. So that just makes me think of this idea, and this is what I've been saying. I realized within this last year, at least for me, like I've been working with Amelia for a year. And after the program is amazing, right? After the program, I'm like, oh, I want to start my mission work, right? I realized within this last couple months, I've always been on mission work. I just didn't have the label or the lens. But you saying that you started a group on Meetup, like that's what you were supposed to do. That was one step in your mission work. So you're always living the way you're supposed to be living. You're always doing what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe it doesn't have the filter of mission work, but you're always where you're supposed to be. I love that. I love
100%. Oh my gosh. I had a couple realizations about that too. You know, how we're always thinking like, oh, I'm not doing my mission work, or I'm fulfilling my purpose, or I'm not a creative person. But really, oh my gosh, just posting something and writing a cute little words, or just so many little things are so creative. Yeah. Look how creative we are, and just how we adorn ourselves, and your hair and your background. We're so creative, and we don't even give each other that type of like acknowledgement and love. So that's like a huge journey for me too. And you're so spot on. You're so spot on. That's so beautiful. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you're supposed to do that. Because I've been thinking a lot about, because I have a regular, what I call 3D job. And then, Empress Evolution is my 5D job, right? Like my heart and soul is into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I want to quit my 3D job so I can be 100% Mr. Work. And I just realized, like, no. Even in my 3D job, there are things that I'm doing there, interacting with people, just being myself, right? Like, I'm just like, I love everybody and everything. There's a reason why I'm still there. There's a reason that I'm shining my light and my love in that building or with that organization. And I can't know all the details and all the reasons and all of it, but I'm there and I'm doing my thing. So I just want to share that same thought with anybody that's like, right? Like you're whatever you are, whatever you're doing, you're doing God's work. You're doing the work that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so incredibly true what you said. And we go so fast and so quick, and our brains automatically want to label, category,
Yes.
box,
Yes.
file,
Mm-hmm.
got it. What does this mean? Got it. Let's figure it out. But like when you sit back and allow it to just come to you and flow, and you observe, then you can see, like, truly, you're so right. You're so right. And I have also a 3D job. I have a 9 to 5, and I also am like very like feeling like, okay, I'm really ready. I'm ready now. Let's go. But it's, everything's for a reason. And of course, talking to your teammates and dropping that little bits of nuggets or the knowledge that or wisdom that you have, or vice versa, we just learn so much from each other. And so, yeah, that's really good to remember. That's good.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so going back to you, right? So you have a show. You do this. You're usually on the top side of the screen, and somebody else is at the bottom.
I know, it's nice to be on the bottom. I like it. Uh-oh.
There's a joke there that I am not gonna make, but you guys know that it's there. All right, so tell us about your show and then your calling to do the show, right? The next part of your, mission that you just felt to do.
Yes. Okay. So, I do a live like this, interviews, with other people, that are awakened as well. I just really felt this calling to, I'm personally really curious about other people's awakening stories. Like, how did it come up for you? What was your awakening moment?
Mm-hmm.
What was that? What was the shift? Because you went through a shift. You went through a change. A lot of people went through traumatic learning lessons, opportunities that really helped to transition that shift, and multiple shifts that happened. It's so interwoven and so interesting to me. And there's so much wisdom in shared experiences.
Yes.
So last year, I kept getting this calling, like, you should ask people, do live, do it. I was like, no, ignoring it for so long. And I'm like, you know what? I got to do it. I have to do it. Doesn't matter how shy I am, because I am. I'm nervous. And I'm like, I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know I need to just allow the platform and the space to have people to come and to just listen, sit and listen to their journey. What have they learned? Where are they now? Like, I personally loved it. And I know that there's so much resonance in others hearing that story as well. So it's really, I love it. It's important to me. And so if anybody would love to share their experience, please reach out to me. It's called Waking Up with Kandy. I do that. I'm like, waking up with Kandy. So yeah, and there's a lot of people are really shy and nervous, and they haven't never done a live before, or they don't like public speaking. And I understand. I hear you. I feel you. I do. If I could be your icebreaker, I'm happy to do that. I will with warmth just allow you that space. But people are just they don't feel like, also, you know, they also don't feel like they're ready, or they're not in the qualifications of, but I feel they are. I know their energy is. I feel it, but they just don't, they feel like they should be so much along. They should have their business. They should do this.
Yes.
And no, I want to hear that brand new experience. Like, I just literally woke up last week because somebody is in your same shoes and they're feeling lost, alone, like they are weird or crazy or whatever. But if you hear other people and you're like, oh my gosh, I resonate. You know, it just so anyway, I'm open to hearing everybody's stories. Okay, so that's that.
I love that. So that sense of like, yes, of course, how important it is to share your story, because there are other people out there that, you know, that story might resonate, of course. And the more people that can resonate, the more people can feel less alone and connected and together and validated and supported, right? So that's incredibly beautiful, right?
Yeah.
But I also love what you said, this sort of idea that a lot of times we see interviews and lives with people that have made it, that have reached a certain point, right? And they can tell their story and you're just like, oh, that's a really cool story, right? But very rarely do we get people in the midst of challenge and struggle, in the midst of awakening, in the midst of the figuring out. And those moments are so beautiful, right? Because even in the struggle, in the like, here's something I'm struggling with, here's a situation, and it's sort of complicated and I haven't quite figured it out, but let me talk about it. Because there are other people in the same struggle, and there are other people that can see your authenticity, your realness, and you're just like, oh, like she's not perfect, but she's doing the thing, and I can do the thing if she's doing the thing. Right?
Yes, we inspire each other. We motivate each other. When two or more get together,
yes,
magic happens. So when we can really share that, and so it's support. It's just another form of supporting each other, because we're in it together. Like, really together. More together than a lot of people really realize.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm in it. I'm so interested. I love it. And I think a big reason why I really love it so much, and I'm so curious, because I had my experience in 2012, around there, and at that time, people around me, I mean, I only could look online, YouTube videos or forums, to find others that are like have the similar experiences than me, because I didn't know what was happening or going on. And so and then I was like, oh, okay, it resonated with me and everything, but my family and friends they couldn't relate, and I felt really alone. I felt really alone and isolated and like crazy at times, and had cried a lot. It was, it happens. So if we could be there for each other in all the stages, and I'm grateful for going through it when I did and not now, because it really helped strengthen me. For now, for everybody that's going through it now, I feel like I'm able to help assist as best as I can. And if I can't, I know somebody that maybe can, or they know somebody. We'll find you somebody. And that's, again, what Empress Evolution is also like about, like, all right, hey, so-and-so, we got you covered. It's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I love it. This is why we do what we do. Okay, Candace, we interview people. So as Stephanie said, and I love this, right? Demystifying the process. It is messy. See the messy, like letting people see our messy so they don't feel ashamed or guilty or any sort of negativity towards their own messy. And then we had a comment here. Let me try to find it, from Wilson Mom 63. Okay, so I'll let you see if you have any feedback to this. I have a hard time focusing on 3D job because of my mind wandering to my 5D. Okay, go.
Girl, you and me both. It is such a struggle. I feel that. I hear it so much. I also, it's hard to focus. It's you know why? It's because my heart's not in it. So maybe your heart's not in it, your head's not in it, and it's time to transition. As we ascend, as we change our frequencies, we then no longer resonate with that of what we did. So that's a huge sign. I could just relate this to me personally, for me to be like, okay, Candace, we are supporting you on your next action. Let's go. You know what to do. Let's go. Let's go. Level up. So I would just say, in the meantime, if you don't already know what you want to do, or if you don't have your, the passions you have or what have you, journal it, write it down, ask for help and guidance. And in the meantime, just see it, just like, Eunice said, see it as opportunities. I did it right. Got it right. See it as opportunities of growth and learning, and just, even if it is to have you test your patience each moment and day, and just say, okay, I'm going to work on my breathing techniques. And you know what? Time goes by really fast, especially now. And, very shortly, you're going to be in your dream job, but action needs to be happening too. We can't just sit here and waiting for it. And then, that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Come to me. Okay, Candace, we're here waiting for you. You have to meet us here halfway. What's happening? Yes. So action. Yeah. I hope that helps. But my thought.
Can I just add something to that? One is, Amelia gave us this conversation piece that was like, okay, sometimes your job, your regular job, gets so bad that it forces you to start shifting to a different job. Like, oh my God, this is so crappy. And it's like, I needed it to be crappy because I wouldn't have made that decision on my own.
100%.
Right? Sometimes that happens.
Just slap in the face.
Right. You need like a shake up, right?
Louder. Yeah.
Yes. But also, and this is a realization I had in January. I was having a really hard time with my 3D job. I was going like, I don't want to be here. The people are here so negative. Every time I walk into the building, like I have to shield, and like I have to be intentional. At the end of the day, I have to do a cleansing bath. Like I was just like, it's just so much work to be around 3D people. It's exhausting, right? That's where I was. And I was thinking a lot about the future and how I want to ultimately quit my 3D job and shift to a 5D job. And I was like, it's going to be so great. I'm going to be with 5D people. I'm not going to deal with egos and struggles and all of that. And then like I realized, oh crap, I'm putting myself in a space that's like, I'm jumping ahead in time, but I'm not being grateful for what I have right now. I am thinking these issues of like deadlines and personality differences and egos sometimes, right? Like, oh, that's going to go away in my spiritual job. And that's not true. Those things are still a part of human life. Human life is going to stop working just because I'm 5D. It's still a function of my day-to-day. So I had to turn all that inwards and be grateful for the people that are negative. Be grateful for these exchanges that are complicated and difficult, and appreciate I have a job, I have a place to go, I have money, I have a car, right? Like appreciate the beauty, even if there's the small little beauty of exchanges of human connection. Right, like I said, like there's a reason I'm at the job. And then I can take that appreciation and take that same appreciation to the next job, right? The next job isn't gonna come until I'm happy with where I'm at today.
Yes, and being in the moment.
Yes.
When you're living in that exact moment, then, because look, when you manifest and you wish for things, it's gonna come to you where? In the moment. But if you're in the future or in the past, it can't find you. You're not able to see it. So to be in that moment too as well. And I wanted to add Wilson mom. So, she said, I know what I want to do. I just don't know how to accomplish it. I'll start journaling. I want to add to that. I heard this before, so it makes so much sense to me. So sometimes things don't come in a way that we expect them to come. Like, for instance, if I want to be a healer, it's a healing job's not just going to pop up for me and just like, bam, go. Perhaps I am an artist. So as I'm journaling, maybe I'm drawing. And then maybe I'm like, maybe I'll draw more often. Okay. And then maybe I figure out that maybe through drawing it helps to heal me. And then through that, I could be like, let's do a workshop or something, okay? And then from that, I can go like, oh, and then you help to heal people through drawing therapy or painting,
Right.
and then maybe you move totally somewhere else within it. It's like little roots on a tree. You know, you just keep going. So it doesn't have to be exactly that, but it's something, a path to go. And you don't have to know what the path looks like. You just have to listen to and follow those intuitional hints and those guides that say go, go, go. And you're like, no, no, no. That's when you really should go, because that means when there's a push, oh, there's a opportunity there, a lesson, and we hold ourselves back. So that push is like, push. Anyway, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. No, totally, totally. That idea of we have this ultimate goal, like where we envision ourselves 5, 10, 15 years in the future, right? You're like, I want to get there. I want to get there. And the universe is like, don't worry, I got you. Just worry about tomorrow. Just take the step that's tomorrow. You don't need to, be a huge megastar right now. Just start writing today.
Yeah. Asking questions, just saying, oh, let me just do a list of things that I loved when I was 5 years old and I knew what I wanted to do.
Oh, I love
Or
that.
what kind of games did I play? What was my favorite thing to play pretend? Or just the things that make you happy now. Or a list of things that you feel you're good at and you have to offer, or great qualities of yourself. Put those things together and kind of think on it, and maybe go off of there and say, ooh, this sounds like a profession, or this sounds like something I want to do. Okay, connect. It doesn't have to make sense at first. It's just getting it out. Just getting it out, it will come to you. It will flow out. And that's just one tool to use to try to get where you want to go. If you don't know what steps to take, or what do I want to do kind of thing, just start to talk it out, journal it out, ask the questions. It will come, and just be willing to listen, and just when you're ready to see it, and when you're ready for it to happen, it will happen.
Yeah, I love that. I totally agree with you that typically what we're here to do is very much aligned with what we find fun, what excites us, what makes us happy, because very rarely does anxiety or fear exist when you're having fun. When you're having fun, you're not worried about the future, you're not thinking about the past, you're just doing your thing. And very often insights and inspiration and that comes when you're not worried about those things.
Yeah. Yes. So true. So true. So true. I mean, things come to you at such random times, and you're like, whoa. Especially when your feet are off the ground, I noticed too. In water, like when you're taking a shower or bath, you know that. And when your feet are off the ground, because you're more up higher in your higher chakras. So when you're in the car, think about it, right? When you're in your car driving, when you're about to go to sleep, you always have these good ideas, or these epiphanies, or these downloads, and you're like, ooh, I should remember that. Or you have this inner dialogue that just goes in a different way than it does in your regular time. It happens to me. So I heard someone say it before, and I was like, yes, it's not just me. So maybe you can resonate with that as well. Things just flow through, and I think it's kind of I don't know. It's very interesting.
That's an interesting idea. Yeah. No, that's definitely possible. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. Being in water is one of my favorite things in the world. Just love it. Okay, going off of that. Okay, what makes you happy, Candace? What brings you joy? What excites you?
Helping people. helping people, or just listening to people, giving them that reassurance, like I'm here for you, that just being in service of that. I've always been that way, that friend, you know, that type of friend, that type of person, and that makes me happy. Nature, trees, just certain music, getting lost in music, getting lost in movies or shows, because now when I watch things, I can see so many correlations. It's crazy. I'm like, this is now. There's a message here. There's a message there. These are all messages, all hidden. It's like, oh my gosh, I tell people, watch it. But I don't know if they're going to see it like how I see it, you know? So, I just love it. I just love to just explore myself, like within myself. It's really, really, really fun to have that inner dialogue and learn more about myself. Just learning. I love learning too. YouTube videos, like books, audiobooks, whatever I can, like about people. I really enjoy that too a lot. It's really fascinating time. I love being alive right now in this time. I'm like, so blessed.
It's so exciting. You're absolutely right. I totally agree with you. The universe is always talking to you. Like, always talking to you. Like, either like, go over here or don't go over here. Do that. Don't do that. No, I see it in TV shows. I see it in music. I see it, like, I've shared this story in a different live, that I lost my keys once, and then I found my keys, and I went down this rabbit hole of what keys meant, and what it meant to get them back, and what I was thinking in the moment when I lost them, and what I was feeling in the moment when I got them back. And I had this whole, like, epiphany realization over keys, right? Like, like the universe is always trying to get you to open your eyes and understand, right? Like, we call this, it's a simulation.
And it's through synchronicities as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I love so much is when I have a friend reach out to me and say, hey, Candace, I mean, maybe I've given them so many stuff and I'm bombarding them with information, because I just can't help it, because I don't know, I'm excited. I'm sharing things with them, but you know, when they're ready, Candace, when they're ready, chillax.
Yes.
But when they come back and they say, hey, they remember, it doesn't matter. They'll always hold on to it and they'll remember. And then when they say, oh, I really kind of want to get into crystals, they think about, who would that person be? Candace or whoever, or numbers is a big one. So when people reach out to me and they're like, I keep seeing 1111 or whatever, I'm like, what does it mean? I'm like, it's starting. It's beginning for you. These synchronicities are beginning to speak to you. Now it's up to you to follow the trail of what it means for you. Ooh, it's going to be fun. So I love to hear that, like, that the communication to the synchronicities and that beginning spark, you know, it's so exciting. Anywho, that reminded me of saying that.
Yeah, no. I love that. And all it took, right, for you is to drop these little seeds, these little nuggets, you know, and just by being yourself, right? You weren't like in their face about the 5D and the real pills.
But no, but really just being just being myself, just being yourself. Be an example. And you might feel totally different. I mean, I felt so different and so alone and alienated for so long, but I was still me. People thought I was weird all the time. But I continued. I mean, like, seriously, you're so weird. You're so weird. You're so weird. Like, okay, whatever. I didn't think I was weird. Like, I still don't think I was ever weird. But I still was me. You know, I still was me as much as I could be through all of the adversity.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to push away, because sometimes people are scared of the unknown and what's unfamiliar to them, and that's okay. It has nothing to do with you. It's their stuff, you know, and we just shine on. That's the biggest lesson, biggest thing I've come to realize. Growing up, people are like, oh, you know how they write in your yearbook, oh, never change, you're so amazing, never change, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But for reals, like, I really wish I would have taken that literal, and I really, 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 really would have never changed for anybody.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, have been way more bubbly and positive in my life. I've always been like this, but if people who know me, like from high school and whoever, they know, like big time. And it diminished because people were annoyed and irritated and telling me to stop and relax and and you're too much. And it gets to you, you know?
Yeah.
So never change. That's why I tell young people, I worked at a preschool. I told, don't change, ever, ever, ever. I don't care. Don't change. You're amazing. You're amazing. Like, anyway, that's the biggest takeaway in life.
Yeah. So I heard two things. One is shine, shine, shine. Be a shiny disco ball, because why not? Right. And secondly is it sounds like you had this period in your life where you dimmed that light for whatever reason, right? Other people, society telling you not to, and then you woke up and said, fuck that shit. That is no not for me.
Bothered me. It no longer affected me. I no longer allowed it to take control over what I wanted to do and say and how I wanted to act at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just that idea of like other people telling you to not shine so much, to be dim, and they weren't happy when you were shining. They weren't happy when you were dim. So who the F cares? Because you're happy when you shine.
You know what? It's crazy, right? I have been told so many times, stop. Why are you so excited? Like, I don't understand why you're so excited and happy about this. Why are you so happy? Are you on drugs? Oh, I really want to get you high. I really want to get you drunk. Oh my gosh, are you this? What? They could not believe, and they always were questioning and like my excitement and my happiness. And like, why are you always so happy all the time? Why? Hold on a second. Like, if I flew back, I would be like, why are you offended and so upset by my happiness and my excitedness? Like, I would get so excited over things and just yes, if that annoyed people, that's okay, that's fine. But my goodness, how people would just lash out because of it and like really try to make me feel I was a type of way.
Yeah. And that's their drama. That's their trauma, shadows, everything that they haven't healed. It's nothing to do with you. Absolutely not your fault in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. But when you're young and you don't know any, it's just, but it's okay. Times are different now. Yeah. And we're just going to get better. Once they have people like us around, forget it. Nope. I mean, these children, especially nowadays, wait, because they're straight up magic. Even if maybe they're not, there yet or whatever, wait until the lights goes on. Whoo! Magic, they're different. They're extremely different, and they've been different. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. Okay, so do you want to talk about your awakening and your journey?
Sure, whatever you want to ask me, whatever you want. Whatever you want me to talk about.
Yes. So what was your spiritual journey? Where did it start?
Karma. No, I was kidding.
It's your turn.
So like I said, it started in 2012. And I mean, just a little background.
See?
I was always so
please share the comment. Please share.
I know.
Yes.
I have such a strong intuition, but as I'm knowing it now, it's really like claircognizance. Like my clairs were really strong as I was younger, and I would always ignore it all the time, and it would constantly come true. I would hear somebody say something or see something happening, and it would literally happen. So anyway, I was just like in a place. So fast forward 2012, I was in a relationship I was avoiding getting out of. I wasn't listening to that inner knowing and just in denial space. So anyway, I'm scrolling on Facebook, and this is the moment. Okay, this is the shift of it all. I was on scrolling on Facebook, and I saw a airplane, like a post of an airplane, and it had like, you know, like the air that comes out of the back of it. And I would just scroll. Well, that is not interesting to me, so I would just scroll, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, this interested me. So I'm like, huh, what's that? And I forget even what it said. I don't even know if it said chemtrails or not. I don't know what it said. I don't remember. I clicked on it. Bam. It was all about geoengineering, chemtrails, what's being sprayed in the sky. And I was floored. Instantly, tears just came down my face.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like heartbroken. Because to me, that moment was the world that I've known is not the world that I'm living in or that I know. It all was just like shattered. So I was like devastated. I went through then more research on that, figuring out what does that mean. How, you know, to me, I'm like, okay, wow, they're trying to like make us sick and kill us.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just from that; it's from a lot of other things. But anyway, that was my moment, and so I went through just a whole bunch of research on that, and went through the rabbit hole online, found out about people channeling this event that was going to take forth. This should have been 2012, but it might be this date, it might be that. They can't really ever say because things are on the works, and you know, you can't really predict, but it's going to be soon. This event that's going to happen, that humanity is going to shift, Earth is going to shift and evolve. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. So many details with that that came forward, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm telling everybody. Do you know what I heard? This is gonna happen, and oh my gosh, and it's just gonna be so beautiful, and it was just, anywho. And then everyone's like, what are you talking about? What are chemtrails? The event? What? Huh? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just never talked about it really to anybody, because when I did, nobody was knowing or listening, and I'm just like, okay. So I just kept it inside. I kept it inside for a long time, and through my research and through my stuff, synchronicities started also to popping up, as they do, and what really shifted into my spiritual now awakening is I used to get stalked by 1111, 111 all the time.
Stalked?
Stalked. And stalked and abused, just kidding. Stalked by pennies as well, pennies. I swear to you, I'll be walking into somewhere, I feel something hitting my leg, I look, and it's literally a penny. I promise you. I get into a car in the back seat of some random person's car, and then I see there's pennies on the seat. Pennies everywhere. It got so intense with the 111 and the pennies, which, I mean, pennies are 1 cent too, so okay. It got so intense and annoying and frustrating. I was like, I have to figure out, what does this mean? What does this mean? So I kept asking, what does this mean? Show me signs. What is it? What is it, please? Because I was like, I'm telling you, I was feeling stalked. And they were just trying to get my attention. And I was like, what? Okay, there's a message for me. I need to figure out what it is. So I went again online, YouTube, 111 meanings. What is it? All this stuff. I found the witch community on YouTube. I learned so much from there. I got into the galactic stuff, and then just kind of like flowed my way through that and found out what 1111 means to me, or it like transitions. It's just really my number, really. I was born on the 11th of May as well.
Oh, yeah. Your birthday.
Yeah, my birthday's the 11th. So, yeah. So, you know.
Today's the 11th.
May 11th, yeah.
No, today's the 11th.
Oh, and today's the 11th. Yes. And today's the 11th. Today's the 11th. You see? So, the Empress Evolution is 11/11. So, the thing is everywhere. It's all the time for me. And it's more constant at certain times. And it's been extra constant since last year. Go figure. I made a promise to myself in like a little pact, like every time I see 1111, instead of just seeing it and being annoyed or seeing it, be like, okay, I will see it and I'm going to send love to myself, love to the world, and all her beings, everybody, and spread that love out into the universe that everything will feel it. And so every time, multiple times a day, I see it, I do it, no matter what. I've done it already 3 times probably on here, or whatever, at least once. Yeah. Anyway, so that's something I do from that. But anyway, so I went through and then got, and then.
Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Question. What does pennies mean?
Girl, I don't know. But for me, it's 1 cent. So okay. It was just another way to be like, Candace, you're going to continue to ignore big things in your life. We're going to have to, you have to get it harder. Let's do 111 and pennies, because then she's really going to get her butt moving. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, keep going with the story. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The pennies and the 111s. And I love that idea of sending love every time you see 111.
Yeah, yes. And so then I went through a breakup and just like a dark night of the soul situation again. I went through a time of real fear as well, of the world's gonna end. I wasn't sure at first what ascension was or what it meant. There were people that were saying conflicting things. I was like, oh my God, we're all gonna die, and this gonna happen. There's a lot of theories and stuff. But anywho, I found love. I found love within myself. I found love, this like, and I was trying to remember what triggered it, okay? Because there's different awakenings. There's like, I don't want to say process, but there's just different layers. There's layers of it. And one of the, I think, I don't know, I don't want to say the last layer or the final layer, but anyway, is the love, when you find love. And
it's a big one.
When it embodies your whole spirit, you feel the warmth, and you just have love for people, and choose kindness, and assume the best, and just really see through the lens of love. It sounds so corny, I know, but it's just it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And there's some books. Well, okay. So I found that, I embodied that, and just like I lived in this like blissful state, and I was working at a preschool with children, and I was like, this is it. This is like, I need to be doing this, and just holding these babies, and just sharing my love, and listening to them, and just being who I am with them. I'm a great listener. I'm bubbly. I'm positive. I'm patient. It was perfect, So anywho, I went through some stuff, and then lost that love feeling, lost that awakening sense, but didn't lose it, because it's always within me. It's always there. But there's also layers of 3D things that go on top of that essence that you found. So then you're unable to see it, and you feel like you've lost it, but you haven't. It's like a practice. It's like a whole lifestyle. So then I was on a mission to go back to find myself again. So I'm like, all right, let's go back. What do I do? Where do I go? Let's reenact the things. Let's get back into it. It took a while. Some very beautiful, hard learning lessons, opportunities happened during that time. I worked on myself a lot, did some shadow work, found the 4 agreements, found A Course in Miracles, beautiful, found the resonance back, the alignment back of yes, because what it is you remember what it is, what life is, like why we're really here. It's not about this petty stuff. It's not about, oh, somebody doesn't like me, or you know, it's not about so many things. It's just beautiful. And, you know, at that time I was just casually seeing my now boyfriend. And he had told me, we were very casually seeing each other. And he had told me like, oh yeah, some girls think I'm cute. My past self was very controlling, self-righteous, jealous. So he was used to that. And so I was like, oh really? That's good. I'm really happy for you. Sincerely, I was like, I'm glad because you are cute and you deserve that, to know other girls think you're cute. And he was like, huh? Wait, you're not jealous? Like, what the heck? And I'm like, no, I'm happy for you. Because you know what? I found it again. I found it. And I never going to lose it again. You know? So it's just so beautiful. It's this unconditional warmth. And it's really a love for yourself. Acceptance and love for yourself that just out. I can't even explain it or tell you, but like my throat is like so dry right now. I don't know. I don't know. Just kidding. I don't know. But yeah. So anywho, that's basically, long story short, of my little journey.
I love you. I just freaking love you, first off. Of course I had to interview you. But I heard so much in what you just shared. I heard that idea of, I don't know, I'm sure you've seen those pictures and memes that's like, growth isn't like this. It's like this, or it's a swirly line and you go up and down, but you're like growing, but like it just feels up and downy.
It's a spiral. Yeah, it's like a spiral too.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with drawing spirals and stars when I was little, crazily. But anyways, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. And I also heard that you can awaken, right? You have a moment of awakening, but then you're still human. You're still in this time space, and you still have to deal with life, right? So there's a lot of times where we're awakened, we're like, I am badass, I am great, I've done all the healing, I don't have to do anymore. But then like life continues, and I agree with you, forget is not the right word. You let go of what I call spiritual maintenance. It's different than awakening. Maintenance is keeping up with those practices that wake you up, that bring you joy, that self-love, self-care, that make it easier for you to stay here.
Yeah.
Right? And that idea of like, I can love myself at my job, and then you master that. And then you're faced with family trauma, and you're like, okay, now I have to learn how to apply that self-love to my family, right? You're trying to master the skill at all levels of your life, right?
Yes.
So that's what awakening is, and ascension and growth, right? It's like, I have to, like, next test, next challenge, next level, because you're ready for it. Like I highly doubt there's a person out there in the world that can face all the challenges and all the struggles of all parts of their life in one single experience. Right?
Yeah. Because you can go through multiple of the same experiences at different times, but you have different perspectives. You now have different wisdom and knowledge, and you come with different tools. So it's going to be something different, I'm looking at it now at this angle than opposed to that angle. So I'll always be a student. I'll always be learning. I'll always be growing and evolving as we are. It's such a beautiful thing. And last year really helped to anchor that in of, okay, we're going to observe ourselves feeling this emotion. Okay, we're going to do this. All right. Okay. Like, it's really, really helped me personally on it, and just to see, it's really strengthened my perspective and my strength within it. People can think, roll their eyes at me or whatever they want. That's okay. Honestly, that's so okay. And I'm just so glad that I went through that journey in order to have such acceptance for myself and for others, because I went through that. I went through such of a judgmental time judging myself and judging others.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, yeah, just beautiful. Come back around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that I think what I'm hearing you say is there are moments, right, where we feel kind of crappy and stuck. Gunky is the word I'm getting now. And pretending that we're okay, first off. And going, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. And not valuing that gunkiness and that stuckness as just a part of where I am right now, and being okay with where I am, regardless if it's joy or gunky stuckness, right? Those are all part of the human experience, and it doesn't mean in any way, shape, or form that I'm not on this journey. Like, you're still on the journey. You're still growing.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's absolutely happy all the freaking time. Well, you know, I would say like Amelia is, right? But she's done the work. Like, she's gone through those gunky, you know, spots. But like, being okay with feeling stuck, being okay with just being tired or not 100%, right? Like, it's okay to feel not okay.
Or where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Or where you are. I've gone through that too, you know, having my experiences, you know, a few years ago. I feel like I should be more advanced now. I should be this, I should be that, I should be all these things, but I am gone through a lot.
Yeah.
I have grown so much.
Yeah.
I'm proud of where I am right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to look like other people's.
Yeah.
It can look like me, and that's okay. And there are people that have been awakened spiritually for 20 years or more. It's been a long journey for a lot of people. So we just have to honor where we are.
Yeah.
And I just have to say this really quick before I forget. Dr. Sherry Furlow, she says pennies equal 1 cent on purpose. 1 cent on purpose. Like, what does pennies mean? She's like, 1 cent to you on purpose type of thing. It's like, it's sent to you on purpose. And you know, that's funny because when I was thinking about that, I was thinking pennies are something physical.
Yeah.
And I needed something physical. And like, sent on purpose to me, it's like a physical, like a purpose, a physical. It's like, look, I'm sending you something like a synchronicity in the thero, or
yeah,
you
like
know,
that's not enough.
etherically, but now I'm sending you this actual cup on purpose. You know, that was good. That was cool. Thank you. I love that. Thank you. Yeah, that was loved it. Okay.
Now you know what pennies mean.
Yeah. Which I knew. It was just a reassurance for me. Like, yes. Beautiful.
Yes. I love it. I love it. Okay, we are hitting to about an hour.
Okay.
Any summarizing thoughts? Anything you want to end with? Go ahead.
Oh, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's watching this and who will watch it. I hope that this will resonate with you and you'll take away whatever your desire is, whatever your intention is, whatever you need to hear. And yeah, you're never alone. You're never alone. We're all here for you. We're all in this together. We're all here just trying to help each other, you know, and I love you guys. And I'm so excited for all of us. Trust me, I'm so excited for all of us. And we just have a choice always. We have a choice. We are in control and we are so powerful. And I know it's like easier said than done. I know. I've been in a really dark depression. I've been sad. You know, everybody's different. But, you know, you pull yourself out of it and you're stronger for it. So anyway, I'm honored to be here. I'm honored so much for all of you. That's all.
We're honored to have you. So do you want to plug in your show? When do you have your Waking Up with Kandy?
I like to have it on Wednesdays after 5 p.m. Pacific time, whatever is good for the person. And so I would love, and it's Waking Up with Kandy. It's just live on my Instagram page. And yeah, so if anybody knows anybody, or if you're interested in just sharing your story, don't feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about myself, and because it's uncomfortable. I know. I feel it too.
You just did it now.
I know, but it's okay. Just say hi, I'm interested, and I'll just talk the rest of the time. Like, I'll say, okay, let's do it. You don't have to say, I would love, you don't have to say whatever you're uncomfortable with to me in the DM. Just say, hi, I'm here, and I would love to share, and I would love to have you. So reach out to me for anything. I'm here. Let's connect hearts.
Yes, yes, yes. So I love, I don't know how to say it, Averopy has been
Yes,
like,
her name's Veronica. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I love your presence here. Thank you for joining us. Love every comment and heart that you've given us.
He's actually from Norway right now. It's like 1 a.m. maybe.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know.
Thank you for staying up. Oh my
I know,
God.
she's so cute. She's just so beautiful. Very supportive
Oh,
person.
thank you. So Candace is the assistant for California, and the conversation in California is so supportive. Like, you guys are like sending each other love like all the time. I freaking love it. And the assistant for vice president, but yeah, no biggie. And just one more plug for Empress Evolution. You can scroll through our highlights, find your region. We have U.S. regions, international regions, as well as specialty groups. If you're called to be Blue Flame, Violet Flame, if you need a fertility support group, a mother support group, Reiki. And we will be adding more groups, I think, at the end of April. So like more things that people are called to
specified groups.
Yeah, more specified groups. Yeah. Also, if anybody is struggling with, okay, what's my next step, what do I need to work on? Yeah, so I highly suggest Amelia's Happiness Program. You can just book a 15-minute discovery call, super free, and we will let you know, like, oh yes, we can help you, and if we can't help you, or if it's not for you, we will find you somebody that you can resonate with, right? So it's not for everybody, but if it is for you, it's for you. Trust me, it's like the best.
You'll feel it, and you know what? It's all about support.
Yeah,
it's support. It's just so supportive. Yeah.
All right. I love you, everybody that's been on here. I love you, Candace. You're like, I love it. And I'll share this last thing. So Candace and I were in Amelia's, I think, masterclass, right? And then the second that she came on, I was like, oh, she and I are gonna be friends. She and I are gonna be friends. And then Amelia came on and she was like, you guys need to talk. And it just reaffirmed that, like, yeah, we go be friends.
Yeah. We have like the same energy. What she say? You have the chickmunks.
Yes, chipmunk energy. She did say that. You're right. Yeah. So thank you everyone for being on here. Thank you, Candace. Thank you for coming on with my show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Such an honor. I loved it. I had fun. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Have a great evening. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.